If your full arch consults feel solid, but patients keep saying, let me think about it. If they seem excited and a sure thing, and then ghost you the next day. If you're getting leads, but not getting paid, well, there's one skill that flips the entire script on its head. It's called anchoring, and most doctors are doing it completely wrong. This is not a magic script or closing trick. Anchoring is a fundamental shift in how you talk to your patients, so your treatment fees feel like great news, no matter how high the price tag is. Most docs, when it's time to talk money, they get weird. They tighten up and break eye contact. Their tone changes, and then they say something cringy like, "So, Mrs. Jones, this investment in your health will be $30,000. And then they wait, holding their breath. Patients feel the awkwardness. They flinch, their eyes widen, sticker shock hits. And then they'll say, "Wow, that's a lot more than I expected." And now you're stuck backpedaling, justifying your fees by talking about your experience, your results, your materials, your lab. All this may be true, but you sound desperate and defensive. In the patient's eyes, you're just another dentist. And when all dentists seem the same, they just want the cheapest. Here's what we train docs to do differently. Before you drop the number, you first present another plan that's even more expensive and less desirable. This is what we call an anchor, and it gives your plan context and a point of comparison. It makes your plan feel like the obvious choice, even at a high price. Here's how it sounds in the real world. Instead of just blurting out that your full arch fee is $30,000, we'd say something like, "Mrs. Jones, one challenge for people like you who've been missing teeth for a long time is bone loss. And if you don't have enough bone, we can still help. It just makes it harder. This is when you'd have to see the specialist for bone grafting, which could take 12 months before we could even start the implants. You'd have to wear a regular loose denture while everything heals. And by the time you pay the specialist and pay me, you're easily looking at $60,000 or more." And then we pause and let that sink in. And then continue with your plan. The good news, Mrs. Jones, is that if you do have enough bone, you can skip the extra bone grafting. No grafting also means you don't need to see the specialist, and I can do the whole thing for you right here. There's no waiting, no extra surgeries, and no loose denture. In fact, you'd walk into my office just as you are right now, and then walk out a few hours later with a brand new smile that looks amazing, is rock solid for chewing, and never needs to be removed. And because it's fewer steps, fewer visits, and there's no specialist involved, your cost is less as well. So now, instead of spending $60,000, you're in the $30,000 range, saving you about half the total cost. Do you hear the difference? More importantly, can you feel the difference? What most patients feel at that moment is relief. Anchoring flips the psychology. Now, the patient isn't dreading your price. Instead, for the rest of the consult, they're listening intently, just hoping that they have enough bone and that you'll let them say yes. That's anchoring. Anchoring is how you could turn what could be perceived as bad news into great news. It's how you build trust. It's how you guide patients away from options you know they'll regret and toward choices you know will make them happy. When you understand how anchoring really works, it changes everything. Objection handling, payment plans, even breaking bad news. Anchoring is just the tip of the iceberg. Inside the Full Arch Case Acceptance Bootcamp, we break down every part of the consult step by step so you can close more cases with clarity and confidence. Inside the bootcamp, you'll get the exact consult flow, plus the worksheets, the cheat sheets, questions, and scripts we use to close our own full arch cases without pressure or discounting. You'll learn how to structure your consult so the patient sells themselves. No pressure and no convincing. How to screen for affordability and urgency without sales tricks. Guiding patients toward long-term happiness over short-term convenience. handling real-world objections like I need to think about it, I need to talk to my spouse, or that's too expensive. You'll also learn how to compete with the cheap arch clinics and win without price matching. So if you've ever walked out of a consult thinking, I thought that went well, what happened? If you've had patients nod along, say they're interested, and then disappear forever, this bootcamp was built for you. Whether you're a doctor, an office manager, or treatment coordinator, if you're tired of winging it and losing big cases to the cheaper clinics, it's time to upgrade your game. Come learn more with me at the upcoming Full Arch Case Acceptance Bootcamp. No fluff, no BS, no pressure. I'm so confident this program will transform the way you talk to patients. I guarantee it. And if it doesn't, I'll give you your money back plus $1,000 for wasting your time. I hope to see you there.